Welcome back to the channel. So, with the Club World Cup nearing its finale, I just wanted to take this video to pay tribute to Luka Modrić. No, he's not died, but he will be leaving Real Madrid and most likely joining AC Milan. And I do believe that we are saying goodbye to an absolute legend of the game and a legend of Real Madrid. This guy is Madridista through and through, so I wanted to give you a couple of my highlights of his time at Real Madrid. The first one that sticks in the memory for me is the game under Jose Mourinho against Manchester United at Old Trafford. With Real Madrid struggling in that game, the game sort of turned when Nani, I think, got the red card. And suddenly, Jose Mourinho, he looks to the bench and he looks to capitalise on the situation. And he turns to Luka Modrić, the guy that he's brought in, the guy that's been villainised. Because for those of you that don't know, in that first season, I think it was Marca who ran a headline saying that he was the flop of the season. The guy who's done absolutely nothing, complete waste of money. Anyway, he brings on this guy and he scores an absolute screamer from outside the box. And it changes the game. And we go and we score the second goal. And that's game over. And I'll never forget that game. It was immortal. Never forget Jose Mourinho's reaction after that goal goes in, because he knows it's over. Everyone in that stadium knows that that game is over. The tie is won. And it really did, to me, mark the arrival of Luka Modrić. For someone who'd undergone such a torrid first campaign in Madrid, to turn it around like that, and it made him. He was a fixture for a decade under Carlo Ancelotti, under Zinedine Zidane, and anyone else who took charge during that time, the likes of Benitez, Lopetegui, etc. But this guy was always one of the first names on the team sheet because he offered creativity in spades. The phrase that I like to use is he could operate inside a telephone box. He did not need space at all. He was 3 steps ahead of his opponent. When the ball comes into him, he already knows where it's going after that. He shields it with his body and he sets the play in motion. Another moment I'll never forget is that assist for Rodrigo's goal against Manchester City, the Trivela from the left-hand side. A work of art. The guy was capable of so much. All manner of goals, all manner of assists, and he absolutely bled Real Madrid through and through. He represented the spark that led that team every single week, and his attitude was second to none. Never did you hear of any scandal involving the likes of a Luka Modrić. You just heard about the industry, about his modesty as a footballer, the guy that was hardworking with an abundance of pure, natural, God-given talent. Let's not forget that this is a guy who came within a whisker of winning the World Cup. He did incredible things with that Croatian national team, and indeed he won the Ballon d'Or, and rightfully so. In an era where it was so dominated by the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, who enjoyed that duopoly for so long, Luka Modrić was the man to break that stranglehold over that award. And yes, the award has lost a little bit of credibility over the years, but he thoroughly deserved that award. And I know that people like to make the comparison between the likes of Toni Kroos, Luka Modrić, and your Xavi and your Iniesta at Barcelona, but I think that all of them dine at the table of the most elite. The game is going to miss him. Even now, when you see him give cameo appearances for Real Madrid the last few minutes here and there, you know that he's winding down. You know he's not in Xabi Alonso's plans moving forward, but you still see that talent. You still see the player who's 3 steps ahead with the brain, the footballing brain. And it's so rare in world football, which is why when we look at players like a Florian Wirtz and an Arda Güler, yes, they don't lace his boots, but you can see that little bit of intelligence, that ability to read the game, the ability to see the Hail Mary pass to set away the forward. And the game cries out for talent like that because he's an absolute joy to watch. I've never seen a player in living memory get so many standing ovations as Luka Modrić. But let me know your favourite Luka Modrić moment. And if you did enjoy the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Take care.